Hello and welcome to Opinions Plus. The video today is a simple one. It's on cancer. Um, I was diagnosed recently with bladder cancer, and I wanted to share with those who might be in the throes of cancer or concerned about cancer that there are obviously things to be afraid of. Fear is natural, but you can't live in fear. That seems to be obvious. But we don't live in an obvious world. That's obvious. They got people living in all kinds of weird realities today. But the one reality you have to have, and no matter what, is hope. Hope that the medical procedures go well, hope that the treatment goes well. I've read some of the things, get on the chat lines and talk to people and get the support you need. And that's certainly a viable option. I'm not particularly one to do that, but I'm going through treatments now, and in February I should see if I'm in some type of remission or not. But hope is the underlying factor. If you can get hope from talking to others, hope from your spiritual side, hope from prayer, hope from meditation, hope is where it's at. There's no as far as I know, if you listen to the YouTube jive out there, you put some little teaspoon of something in a glass of water and it cures everything from cataracts to fungus in your toes. So it's a strange world. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of issues out there that you have to address when you have a severe concern. Um, and it's difficult. It's difficult to get your mind in the right direction so that you can fulfill your responsibilities and obligations, that you don't get emotionally tied up in the concerns that the reality that you have. But it ain't easy. It's not just a simple turn the switch on and everything is fine, turn the switch off and, you got to suffer. Um, there's so much middle road, um, you know, so much middle road. Now, I can't really advise as to what type of treatment. Um, I'm going the immune therapy treatment, but there are others. And do I know the good and bad and rights and wrongs of all the different treatments? Am I my own doctor? No. Um, I don't think in an emotional state you should be your own doctor. But really, you don't know, most of us, at least I'm aware, you go into a situation, you talk to somebody, and say, okay, let's go, let's do it. There's many other doctors around, and you can Google and check and do all those kind of things. And if it helps you to feel better, more confident, then do that. Um, I just wondered that, you know, what do I know? How am I supposed to judge the, and of course, I'm limited because you have insurance, and insurance doesn't, you know, I mean, if you had all the money in the world, you could do whatever the hell you want. Um, but if you're limited in income, obviously you're limited in income. So you can't just go around and say, okay, I want to check this guy out and fly down to Mexico and get some super treatment and, yada, yada. You have to live within the bounds in which you find yourself. Um, that's as simple as it is. Um, those who have options should utilize them. Utilize all your options if you can, depending on your personality, depending on what you believe. There are some people that don't even want to go to doctors, don't want to see doctors, don't want to have anything to do with doctors. My mother was like that. She didn't want anything to do with doctors. And, well, as much as possible. She certainly brought us to doctors as kids, but she didn't want anything to do with them. But that's just a different approach. And she didn't have the doctor's care upon her death. She didn't have the doctor's care that many of us could have. Um, but, and it was a challenge to the family. And you have to think about that too. I mean, if you're in a cancer situation, cancer is not just, a light thing. Families have to be considered, their ideas, their perspectives. All these things have to be addressed in some way or another in your own mind, if not discussed directly with the family. Each individual family doesn't necessarily have control or, um, you know, demands on how you treat yourself. But there are people that can't make a decision for themselves, and family has to be there to help them make that decision. Uh, Depression sets in. There's all types of things that come into our lives when you're faced with a serious disease. Now, bladder cancer is not as, you know, it can be aggressive. It can, you know, change. Nobody really knows what, but they play the odds. It usually doesn't. Most things are okay, and so you go with the data, uh, and that's really all you can do. But I thought it important to put a little clip out saying, it's based on hope. Everything you do is based on hope. It's not based on, um, you know, some prejudice against you or, this is, I've done some bad things in my life or, you know, um, Providence has got me, you know, locked in with this. Uh, well, there are people that believe that, that everything is dictated, everything is prescribed. There's nothing you can do about it. So whether you go to a doctor or you don't go to a doctor, that's already been planned in. You're predestined, but you still have to make the conscious decisions. You still have to make those aware. You have to be aware of the information available to make some good decisions. Now I say that, and usually that's the case. In my case, there's an emotional side to these things. My main concern was really, did I trust the doctor or did I feel confident with the doctor? I mean, you don't have months to hang with the guy and talk about it and, share a beer or a cup of tea or, you know, you've got a few minutes to make your decision. And you can go back, but bottom line is most people, I think, would just Talk to the person, see that there's some value there. Listen to the options that are presented, see how those options are presented to you, whether it's done logically with some care and concern, give you, a, uh, a perspective that's just not in your face, do this or that's it, that's the only way to do it. So there's a lot that goes into how we are when we have when we've acquired a serious disease. And again, you can see counseling, you can go to chats, there's plenty of them out there. You can talk with family, friends, whatever. But you do have to have, and they throw around the positive attitude quite a bit. I read these brochures when I was in the oncologist, about, and they're all talking about positive. You got to have the upbeat positive, and of course, you need that energy. Healing is a miracle. The body is the healer, not the drug. The body heals. The drug is the catalyst to help the body heal. But there's so much that the body can do within our own, our immune system. It's just a marvel, just a miracle. There's no way on earth anybody understands this. This is totally beyond us. But have hope that that body will do what it has to do. Have hope that you have the strength to deal with whatever situation comes your way. If things go not the way you'd like, have hope that you have that strength to make those decisions when those decisions need to be made. Have support around you if you can. If you don't have the support around you, you have to make those decisions. But however it is, hope is the underlying factor. Keeping hope alive, no matter what the situation is paramount. And you strive. Do you always have it? Is it always in your top of your mind? No, I don't think so. How can you, you're a human being. You have good and bad days. But you strive to have it. Strive to keep it. Think about it. Pray about it. Whatever it takes. Meditate about it. That you keep that hope inherent in what you're doing, your life force, your life awareness, and it can help you. It can help you heal, I think. So, there's no sure way in my book that I saw or heard or in my limited investigations, but they are limited. I didn't go far afield. When I had my knee replaced, I did much more research on it. But there's really, once you're getting into this, and then you have to trust the people that are doing the treatments. What other choice do you have? If things go bad, then, you have to seek some kind of recourse. But you have to trust that they know what they're doing. Trust that they're doing it for you. That they have the empathy, they have the heart, they have the desire to help. Trust them. And that's important. And what is that tied to? Hope. Trust and hope are tied together. So keep hope alive. Always go to the good, no matter what the situation is. Plan ahead if you can. And I know these things hit you emotionally, not always in the best way. Plan what you can and go forward as best as you can. Whatever you have in you, you do it. You can't do more than what you have. Now, some people say, yes, you can. Well, if you don't do it, it's not done. So I'm not sure how that works, but yeah, can you push yourself? Can you go forward? Can you promote yourself to be better and more powerful and whatever? I suppose so. I certainly try. Does it work? We'll have to see in the long term. But my best to those who are suffering from diseases like this and other diseases. People suffer from many types of disease and problems. But I wanted to just share this clip on cancer and disease and hope. Thanks for listening. If you like what you hear, subscribe. If you, hit the like button. Send a link on to those who you think might have some value for. And thanks for listening. Comment and again, keep hope alive. It's critical in life, in politics, in everything. You have to have that hope. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.